Hello. Welcome to the Creative Business Owners series by Everyday Happy Humans, that is the Sunday special edition of Daily Marathwada Sathi. This is Devika Biani, your host for the series, and we are going to capture some creative business owners and their stories through this series. We have found some professionals who have converted their passions into full-time careers and businesses for themselves. These people have unlocked some very unique ways to find happiness in their work and moved on from their course to make some very bold decisions and make their businesses a real life story. We are going to explore some 12 to 13 different business stories through this series. So here we are. Let's get started with the story of today. And today we have with us a creative business owner whose story will definitely leave a smile on your faces.
Hi, this is Jaideep Khedekar from Team Ortigan. We're here to do a founder story for our Everyday Happy Humans series. Today I'm supposed to talk about Team Ortigan and stuff, so I'll just start about that journey. I'll tell you what Team Ortigan does basically is. We are a development and design studio which primarily focuses on making identity shifts for people, especially in their pivot phase or in their establishment phase, and making things much more functional on SaaS platforms or on custom platforms as you may kind of require. So one line to simplify all the things we do is we digitize whatever requirement you kind of bring to us. We simplify and amplify your throughput of the business and all the other things. Coming back to how we started, as the format suggests, it is a very interesting story. 3 geeks and like a group of people who were enthusiastic enough to do project in their college, let's say tenure, were not very much content with corporate and enterprise jobs and those sorts of things. For us to work on such let's say given packages or modules which were not informed as a bigger part कि कहाँ पे fit हो रहा है. So what our industry kind of presented as a problem to us while we were in engineering was कि we are not very happy with the way work was delegated and with the way work was not explained to us at all. There used to be some sort of training regime, there used to be some sort of modularization of your work, chunk as it may. Without explaining where that module or chunk could fit, they will outright push you into your job, and all you had to do was prepare onto that chunk. While we are focused much more on how the industry actually operates, how the agile workflows kind of take place, and how the kind of wheels spin, how the phase distribution actually occurs, and the magic that comes along with it. That is one of the many reasons why we started to do something of our own. We initially started off with a Pune-based startup wherein we developed MVP for them, got introduced to some industry key terminologies, and that is where we thought yeah, this would kind of fly. Why not do it on our own? So amidst pandemic 2019, we started our company in work from home mode. Nothing was yet kind of established in an official capacity, so we kind of went along with that. We started delegating ourselves on Discord and those sorts of things. Very informal, very uncorporate, if you may. The way it kind of kicked off was with a big international client who also, again, as our last client introduced us to industry terminology, this client introduced us the ways of working, the ways of you kind of getting in and out of corporate culture and still retaining your own identity throughout it. That is what propelled our own identity as an independent studio who designs and develops identities and functional requirements for people. Be it software, be it websites, be it branding, be it any sorts of digitization you need. We're trying to create an ecosystem which kind of would comprehensively fit all these sorts of things. Now getting back to our journey, where were we? We were again, I suppose, in our like establishment phase, I guess. After a while, 6 months or so, we decided to kind of start a workplace because the background that we had, the familiarity that we had with our colleagues was something of a colleague, was something of a friend, and those sorts of things really didn't bring much discipline to the firm. That is why we needed a real workplace to kind of kick off things in a new, better way. That is when we decided to start our office, which is located nearby, and had a rituous foundation day to it, and that still kind of goes on. We have it upcoming on 14th January actually, the third foundation day for our office. In amidst that foundation day and the stuff that is to come on 14th, the cumulative experience that we have of 3 years allowed us to see much more things in tech industry, allowed us to dabble on to much more custom use cases, which not only propelled our SaaS journey but also brought a new structure to the way we work. We are now a team of 10 and growing. Basically, what we kind of are looking for now is a much more structured way of work, much more structured way of handling business, which thankfully, due to some of our very generous clients, have been taught and imbued into us. I'll talk about some of my other partners who are equally kind of diverse and rich after talking about myself. I don't remember if I introduced myself or not. Did I? Okay, fine. So I'll do it once more. This is Jaideep Khedeker. I lead product and design at Ortigan, and I'll introduce some of my extended teammates. We have Parag in team who handles middle tech and front end. Parag is our executive lead. We have Vinayak in our team who kind of does the back end and whole system architecture. The main, let's say, core of our business relies on not only digitizing the use cases, but also finding efficient ways for people to reduce the workflow and optimize the workflow they are currently kind of going on and on about. So that kind of stays as that. Now I'm being suggested that I need to stick to lines and not sway here and there, so I'll kind of stick to the stuff. Starting the business is done. Our biggest cheerleader, I'll come on to that, is our families who kind of were patient enough to not to see us explore this journey and not freak about how this kind of could go south, and hope, and in much sense it's paying off actually. So I'll say our biggest cheerleaders are our own parents. However bootstrapped your business might be, however individuality or however foundational support you yourself might give, a family to back it up, and a close set of friend circles to kind of propel it through internally, as Ved has introduced me to Devika, who started this very nice initiative of bringing businesses together and starting a community is very mandatory. You say your business is bootstrapped, but the things allow that bootstrapped stuff is a very stable background or a very key people that kind of act as your support. Now the favorite parts of being small business owner is I get to have complete control and autonomy of my time. I'm just kidding, that is a lie. You start a business hoping that it's not a 9 to 5 job. Now you're working 9 to 9. So there's that part, but it's equally exciting and I don't know how to put it in words, but I'll tell you this: you never sleep better with your own business running with some sorts of systems and processes after coming along with it. 2 years, 3 years, and those sorts of things. So I'm very glad that we are into some sort of business structure and not some enterprise or corporate job structure at this given moment. It not only provides me the freedom over my time, but it also provides me much more amplified network of people who want to get who wants things to get done, like real people in real business. It's not some tickets that you have been assigned. It's not some like some sort of work that has trickled down the hierarchy of some sort of business where you don't know what sorts of impact your work has. Right now I have that control, and right now I have that experimental ledger power which directly impacts someone else's business, and that helps me sleep good at night. That is something I'll say is favorite part of. My favorite movie or binge watch series was Silicon Valley. It stars on HBO, I guess. It's on Hotstar. You can kind of see. The crux of this thing is, I'll say we have had 2 or 3 big breaks. All 3 of them kind of have propelled us into different direction. Some taught us operational like insights, some gave us like financial insights, some gave us process and system oriented things. So we were very lucky to have those sorts of things. And if you talk about business domain, we are loving fintech and we are loving Web3. So those are the new things to kind of go. Yeah, I have a dream client. Right now it's Marathwada Sathi, but I have a dream client which kind of would propel us into a big name and like stuff. I won't like to name them, but they are a VC fund based sort of thing. A fantasy client with social presence. I don't have that kind of stuff here. Is it okay if I skip this? Okay, fine. Yeah. A go-to supporter for small. Is it okay if it's personal?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. My grandfather actually. So my grandfather and I discuss our business quite a lot. As me being first generation entrepreneur in our house, business holder in our house, it becomes difficult sometimes to synonymize or sync with the people and relate with the people internally when you are at home, where you are not discussing business and stuff. It becomes tedious. So I discuss business with my grandfather, get insights, and it helps me a lot. So that is that one person that we are looking for. Yeah, I'm glad you guys took up this initiative of creating this community, and really glad to be a part of it, and we wish nothing much more to be a very value contributing aspect of it, or a part of it. Okay, fine, I'll do that. Thank you Marathwada Sathi and Everyday Happy Humans for kind of hosting this at helm of Devika. She is a really wonderful host and has been very crucial into explaining this to and forth of our community that is up and coming. See you all there.
Hey, I'm back. So wasn't this a very interesting story? We have more such people who have expressed their happiness and unlocked happiness for themselves in their work. Keep checking this YouTube channel for more stories, and check out Everyday Happy Humans, that is the Sunday special edition of Daily Marathwada Sathi. Link in bio.